Okay, 1956, good luck. So we've not played before, there's no head-to-head score there. 17,000 games opponent, that is very, very impressive. What am I in? About 7,000 in blitz, just over 7,000. Okay, we're playing the carol. Chooses to take, so taking with a pawn is correct. Sometimes you go with a queen just to get out of the more standard theory. I'm going to take here because I don't want to allow the pawn push. So I'll just worry about the bishop further down the line and just try and get castled. I say it is the 5-minute one, this one, so no need to go too fast. Now I've got bishop up, but you've got this annoying bishop down. But I think it's still good to put the bishop on the more attacking diagonal. Not without risk, of course. There is a check here either way. Yeah, I'll just castle. I've got knight up if I need to garden and shift the queen. He does come after my bishop straight away. I'm just going to drop back for now, then maybe kick the knight. Again, bishop down is slightly annoying. Slightly annoying. Let's develop the knight then just to cover this knight jumping in. Maybe across, maybe this way. Maybe just bishop up to simply kick the knight. If the bishop's not doing a lot here, it kind of makes some sense to trade it off. But if it's not doing a lot, trade it off and try and get the knight active. Or we could just go to c6. I mean, knight in's the move, I guess. Let's just see what he does. Then again, we can bring the rook across eventually. We don't want to lose a pawn if we can help it. So he has gone back. So bishop to c6 makes a lot of sense. Bishop takes there, you probably wouldn't mind that. But in, knight down again, it's still a bit annoying. Maybe just pop the bishop in the middle, or that seems fine. I've got rook across as well, push the bishop back. Yeah, let's put the bishop on the diagonal. I'd expect maybe knight forward, and then it's just what do we do? What do we do about that? I might just play rook across, I'm not sure. Yeah, that's exactly what he's done. So bishop in the middle was my initial thought to challenge this, and either way you can take, we can take back. If everything trades off, that should be good. Rook across, take again. It feels fine. The bishop will go back. I don't like the idea of that quite so much. I'm just going to put the bishop in the middle. There's no pawn to attack it. And if takes with either piece, I'll pre-move to take back with the knight. Then we'll hit the bishop and the knight if it's still there. Well, he has taken my knight. Okay, but we don't mind that. It's a bad pawn structure now, but we've got rid of his bishop. Now, does he take ours as well? He doesn't. He leaves it on the board if we want to keep it there. If we have any nice discovery, we can attack the pawn, but I don't think there is one. Rook across is too dangerous, so what about rook right over? I'm going to move the rook right over. There is a risk he might just grab a pawn, but we're going to try and get forward if we can. He doesn't take it. I'm going to drop back then. It probably was a mistake just hanging a pawn. He might have just simply not been paying attention to it. So I'm going to look to play knight across now. Pawn up again. He's getting a square for his knight. But there is a pawn hanging there if he simply misses it. So he's gone back to guard the pawn. So again, knight across looks good. We hit two pieces threatening to take and win material. Here, guess I can take with the queen if he takes and create a checkmate threat. So we still guard the side pawn. Otherwise, we just simply hit the bishop, just a simple threat. Oh, excuse me. Oh, he's gone back over. Okay. So can we activate this bishop now? Right now, I don't think so. These pawns are very awkward to deal with, very awkward. I'm going to give my king a bailout square just while I try and figure something out without burning too much clock. We both lost a couple of minutes already. Even bishop up might seem like a silly move, but it might be a playable move to get this bishop off the board, but I don't think it is, but it could be at some point. Pawn up, we're not going to guard it, are we? So what about bishop here or here? Here, you can't come forward. Should I risk it? I think I might actually. I think everything's covered. Take, rook takes, Worst case, we get doubled up pawns, but I think everything's covered. We could take here first, but I want to challenge this bishop and try and get my pieces a bit more into the game. If he takes, I'll just take with a queen, and then the one rook guards the other. Bishop guards the knight. Oh, he's played knight forward. So I'm going to trade the bishop first. Now, is there any nice tactic? I don't think there is. He takes. So if I take with a queen again, am I blundering any tactic? I don't think so. I have to take, don't I? Knight check at some point. Right now it's covered, but it could become an issue at some point. The queen squares are covered. Oh, he's played knight forward. Okay. Again, is there any nice counter tactic? But even if I got a move like this, this is not a square. Queen across, you've got knight down. Queen up, I think, is a move. Trade. That looks alright. Now, if he takes, can I drop back? He's got a square there. We might as well just trade. Activate our rook. But where to? As soon as we move the rook, then f7 is a bit weak. Okay, takes back. So rook right across. I guess you just push the pawn down and then across. I'm looking at knight back to put the queen right in the center of the board. The knight's quite well placed, but I want to activate the rook, and as soon as I do, you can target f7, right? But I'm going to risk it then. I'm going to try and activate the rook and pressure the pawn. Knight back or knight across, queen into the middle, that sort of concept. Knight across creates a checkmate threat as well, which he's now cut off. I mean, he could have defended it, but I didn't think it was a big threat, but maybe it was. Okay, I'll come back to f6 and try and centralize here. Maybe even the rook first. And then try and guard our pawn, but not easy to create anything. Okay, he's offering a trade, and that would muck the pawn structure up for white as well. Can we guard this? I don't know, but that feels like it should be good for us just instinctively. I'm going to take there. Just instinctively, it feels like this should be good. If we can trade things off, okay, it might be hard to win. I'm down on the clock, so I'm going to have to play a bit quicker. Now, does he check? I'll go this way if he does. If he takes, I'll take here. Maybe knight across. I'm going to have to play a bit quicker now. 30 seconds down. So he's played rook across. Okay. Knight over cover here. Hit the pawn. Okay, so we better focus a bit now. Let's play pawn up. He could take, of course, and I'll take here, but I'm too low on time here. Just wonder whether I can push the pawn. It seems like a move. Knight takes, we can take either way. But it feels like it's better for white. I'm going to gamble and try and push forward. Does it matter? I'm going to go this one because we got a potential check. Remember, he's hitting this pawn, aware of that. But he doesn't have king there, but he does like this. That might be what he's trying to do. Okay, he's taken. I'll get this one and back. Oh, we've got this pawn. Okay. I don't want to get checkmated though. Oh, I nearly mouse slipped there. That's where I meant to go, but I nearly slipped. I'm just trying to flag him here. Okay, we did indeed manage to flag him. It was a very tough game, wasn't it? So we're probably a little bit worse at the end, but let's see what the engine says we actually were. So we just pause so we don't accidentally start another game. Then we find the game. 45 moves, so they're the move times for both players. So request and analysis. Played really well, didn't he? So there's one of them games, you win some, you lose some. It doesn't normally take too long for this to run, so hopefully not too long. It looks like we are flatline level in the end game, actually. Yeah, so completely flatline level. I was just playing the clock at the end. We were both getting low on time. Oh, so we've actually been better and blundered it back to level. So we've messed up in the end. And this is what you want to study the games for, to learn. We blundered a number of times, haven't we? 5.6 to basically level, plus 4 to basically level, and then at the end, plus 4 to basically level again. This is what you need to analyse your games for, to learn from mistakes. It doesn't mean you'll replicate them next time, but it's what you try to do. So we played a pretty decent game actually then. So we're slightly worse out the opening, which you often are in all openings with black. And then we've basically brought it level, and we've just built an advantage up here. So we'll just really quickly flick through it. But yeah, it's just relatively standard this. You can see there, the engine prefers bishop coming down, which is one of these annoying moves where you think, well, do you spend a move playing h6 early on? But at the higher levels, it's maybe more inaccurate. But obviously, we don't play at higher levels. So again, it was a mistake to take there. It was better to drop back. Or what did we actually play? 80% each and CPL 41, 42. So basically the same, 3 blunders each. But they're all coming up shortly. So actually, let's just jump to them. There's a very slight blip here. So what was this? We're +1 better, but we should have taken the rook first before taking the bishop. So we needed to take the rook first. You can take back either way, then presumably bishop takes the next move. Otherwise it was level. Then we just start to build an advantage here. But obviously we're both getting low on time here. 30. I'm down on the clock 15 seconds as well. So we're just trying to play that bit quicker. But there's a blunder. And what did I miss? Oh, I've missed a nice tactic. As soon as I've seen that there now, I can see it. The rook takes back and you've got a check. So that's why I've blundered it. It'll be the same on the next move as well. So it's one of them blunders, if you don't spot it when you're trying to play quickly, then you just don't spot it. So that's why I've blundered, because I missed the nice tactic. And then it's been the same again the move after, hasn't it? Everything's in the same position, so I could have played the same thing. So yeah, instead of taking the pawn back, do the same tactic. So I've missed the free knight. And then this was still plus 2.5, so we've got another blip coming here. But yeah, I was just trying to play quickly here. I just chucked a pawn up just to try and flag. I'm 18 versus 7 seconds now, so I'm just trying to play quickly. And we end in a completely level position, but we got the win, really thanks to the clocks. Obviously with increment there it wouldn't have been, but it is what it is. That's just blitz chess.